On episode 472 of Nintendo Switchcraft, I hope you don't break your Switch after the crossing of the animals. Outer Worlds publisher changes their minds, and Nintendo may lose an exclusive. Those stories and more on this episode of Nintendo Switchcraft.
This is Joel Mead 24 from Southern California, and you're listening to Bill, the filthiest casual in all of gaming, here on Nintendo Switchcraft.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Switchcraft. It is brought to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where you can tune in live over at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. I also do a show on Saturday. I record that after you tell me what you want me to talk about. If you have ideas for the show, things that I didn't talk about this week, questions that you have, maybe you have a question about how I do the show, use AskRJS, the hashtag on Twitter. That's AskRJS on Twitter, or join the community Discord and use the AskRJS channel, and I will talk about whatever you want on the show. This particular episode of Switchcraft is made possible by patrons like Corey B. Get Switchcraft and my other content ad-free for as little as $1 by joining the Patreon over at patreon.com/runjumpstomp. All right, let's get started. We've got some Animal Crossing news to talk about today. And, well, first off, I got to say, right now, being a fan of Animal Crossing is kind of a rocky road. We're getting information, and then we're getting conflicting information. And at the end of the day, Nintendo really needs to get out there and start talking. They really need to get out there and start talking. Look. Okay, actually, I'm going to give my history with Animal Crossing. I'd never played Animal Crossing before. I had seen like footage of it, and I looked at it and I said, that is a game for little kids. That is not a game for me. And then somebody talked me into trying it out, Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS, and I tried it, and it was really, really fun. It's an incredibly relaxing game. And a lot of people, myself included, have been excited for Animal Crossing New Horizons to come to the Nintendo Switch. It is coming. We knew that, but there's been some conflicting information. So first, we found out that Animal Crossing New Horizons would not have any cloud saves, and Nintendo's reasoning for this was to avoid people cheating. Now, what do you mean by cheating? Well, one of the things that you can do is you could save scum, where you do a trade or do something, and then maybe you don't like what happened, and then you can reload the save that you had before, or re-download the save from the cloud and get back everything that had changed that you didn't like. Another thing that you can change in Animal Crossing games, or another way to cheat in Animal Crossing games, is you can change the time and the date, because the game is very much centered around what time it is of the day. It uses real-time clocks, and what day it is of the year. They have holidays and seasons and stuff like that. And a lot of people like to manipulate the clock in order to make sure that they don't miss stuff, because let's say that there's something special that happens on, we'll say, Valentine's Day, because that's coming up soon, I guess. That's coming up soon. Well, maybe they were busy on Valentine's Day, and so the next day they log in, they change the date on their 3DS to February 14th, and then they can do those things and then change their date back to whatever date it is. It's a pretty commonplace thing, so common that Nintendo actually added a little angry man called Mr. Rossetti, I think. And when you try and do that kind of thing, he scolds you for quote-unquote cheating. And I can completely understand how Nintendo would say, that's not the way that we wanted our game played, so we're going to try and stop that. However, this is a single-player experience. And if the players want to do that stuff, then it really shouldn't matter to Nintendo. Okay. But anyway, that's their reasoning for not doing cloud saves, is because it helps them avoid that save scumming or that time shifting that people do in Animal Crossing in order to do whatever it is that they got to do in the game. So, no cloud saves. Okay, that really is terrible, but let's move on. Then we got this news the other day that Animal Crossing will not allow you to move your island, your world that you're playing for Animal Crossing, from one Nintendo Switch to another. So let's say that you buy a Nintendo Switch and then you decide that you want to upgrade to one of the new ones that have the better battery life because of the new chipset. You cannot migrate your island from the old Switch to the new Switch. And Nintendo hasn't really said the reasoning for this, but I think that I have figured it out. And I'm sure that there's other people who have figured it out too, but I think I know the real reason why this is the case. And here's why. The island that you make in Animal Crossing is shared among all of the people who have accounts on your Nintendo Switch. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and there's like 4 people on your that share your Nintendo Switch, they are all sharing an island. And the way that, if you've ever done a system transfer from a Nintendo Switch, from one Nintendo Switch to another, then you know that it's done one user at a time. And I think what's happening is that Nintendo doesn't have a good way to transfer that on a per user basis because all users share that one save. And that's really what the root of the problem is. Now, it has an easy solution. Okay, first off, I'm not a software engineer, so maybe it's not an easy solution, but I think it has an easy solution. Allow us, or change it so that every user has their own save. Are you with me? If every user has their own save, then I think all of those problems go away. So let me give you a reason or another example why cloud save isn't going to work. Okay? Let's say that I do a cloud save and there's another user on my Nintendo Switch, right? And I go to back up from my cloud save and they're not backing up from their cloud save. So now, which save do the users use when they play Animal Crossing? They don't know what to do. So this is a tweet from Vooks, and basically Vooks.net has this story. It says Animal Crossing New Horizons will support cloud backup, but only if you lose or damage your Switch and it's not actually out at launch. So here's the actual quote from Nintendo that it has been translated. Thank you to Alex and Vooks.net. It says, this game does not support Nintendo Switch Online cloud saves, but we are currently looking into a customized method for backing save data up that will be specific to this game in the event that your Nintendo Switch is damaged or lost. This function will be limited to Nintendo Switch Online subscribers, which I'm fine with that. The timing of implementation is undecided and will be announced as soon as it's finalized. And then, of course, here's the other part of it. This game does not support user migration or save data migration functionalities. If you purchase a second Nintendo Switch, you will not be able to move your original island to another unit. So, in my opinion, all of the problems that are happening with Animal Crossing right now, and there's a lot of people who are upset about it. All of those problems that are happening with Animal Crossing right now are caused by the fact that you share your island with all of the other users on your Nintendo Switch. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, Bill, nobody else uses my Switch, so I should be all set. Well, maybe, but most likely not. My guess is that it just won't work for that game at all, and we're going to have to wait and find out what exactly is going on. I was talking to a host of another Nintendo podcast, Bally from This Nintendo Life, and he said that he thought that the next Nintendo Direct is going to be have like everything in the kitchen sink in there. And I said, I think so, or it will be all Animal Crossing. And that's what I think. The next Nintendo Direct is going to be an Animal Crossing Direct. And we'll get answers to some of this stuff. But the longer they wait, the fewer, the more sales there probably will lose. Although at the same time, there's people who are looking at this and they're saying, that's it. I'm boycotting Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm not going to play it. I'm never going to buy that series again. Well, guess what? Unless you are one of the crazy people that follows this news super, super closely like me and like you who are listening to this, you're not going to know about this. All you know is that there's a new Animal Crossing game, and when you buy it, you're going to start playing it. And you won't even know that there's a problem unless you drop your Nintendo Switch and it breaks, or unless you buy a new Nintendo Switch and it doesn't transfer. Like, those kind of things are, like, most people just aren't going to know about this. And is this going to cost Nintendo some money? I think that it will, but I don't think it's going to be enough that they're going to care. Hopefully they fix this for us, and we at least do have cloud saves. So if we get a new Switch, or if we damage our Switch, we can get our saves back from that. But Nintendo tweeted this out today, which is kind of funny. They said New Horizons is now available for pre-purchase on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Are you ready to create your perfect island getaway on March 20th? So now you can pre-order the game. Are you going to pre-order the game knowing this new information? I have to admit that I probably still will, because for the most part, my Switch, I've got one of the newer Switches, and it sits right there in its dock most of the time. I very rarely take it out of the house. I might take it from one room to the next, so it's probably not an issue for me. That being said, I'm probably still going to pre-order, and I'm curious if those of you listening will be pre-ordering it. Let me know. Use the hashtag AskRJS, and I will read your responses tomorrow. All right, let's move on. We've got some stuff to talk about. I want to talk about this tweet from Private Division now. For those of you who don't know, Private Division is the company that was hired by Obsidian to do the Nintendo Switch port for The Outer Worlds. And this is actually, I mean, there's some bad news here, but also some good news. And let me just read the tweet Actually, let me take a quick break. We'll hear from a sponsor, and then I will read the tweet. Stick around.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A color portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
All right, we are back. Here's the tweet from Private Division. It says, we are delaying Outer Worlds on Nintendo Switch due to the coronavirus impacting the Virtuos team working on the port. To provide them enough time to finish development, we'll now be releasing the physical version on Cartridge. Once we have a new launch date, we will let you know. And then they go on to say, to clarify in the next tweet, to clarify, the team at Virtuos is okay, but their office has remained closed during this time. We're working with the team to determine an updated development timeline, and we'll share more regarding a new launch date shortly. So first off, I have to say, thank goodness that everybody is okay. That's really good news that everybody's okay. It also is less than optimal that they were affected by the coronavirus. And thirdly, I'm happy that we are now going to be getting a cartridge, not for me, but for all of the people out there that want to have a cartridge version of the game. I think it's ridiculous that they were planning on selling a physical version of the game that did not contain a cartridge, and I talked about it on, I think, this show, but it might have been one of my other shows. Now, somebody reached out to me who I trust as a good source, and they told me some inside information about everything that's happening, excuse me, with Private Division. So apparently what happened is that Private Division already, from what I understand, and I don't know if this is 100% true. I'm sure that what Private Division has told us in this tweet is true as well. But from what I understand, the game is pretty much done already. And Private Division was in negotiations with Nintendo. And this, again, is third-hand information. I don't know if it's true or not, but I have no reason to doubt it. But they were in negotiations with Nintendo, and Nintendo was really, really pushing Private Division to avoid the Animal Crossing area of time. They didn't want anything getting in the way of Animal Crossing. They didn't want Outer Worlds to get, what's the word? Not damaged, but they didn't want it to have to compete with Animal Crossing, and they didn't want Animal Crossing to have to compete with the Outer Worlds. So Private Division said, okay, we will ship early. Then eventually Private Division said, okay, hold on. You know what? Let's push back. We announced our game, and we announced the physical version without a cartridge in it. And that made a lot of people really, really unhappy. So Nintendo, we want to make sure that we have a cartridge. And what that means is that most likely, and I could be wrong about this, but most likely what will happen is now Private Division will launch the Outer Worlds. It is being delayed due to the coronavirus, but it's going to get delayed extra so that it comes out on the other side of Animal Crossing. So instead of being before Animal Crossing, it'll now be after Animal Crossing, but it'll have a physical version on a cartridge. So that's the information that was given to me, and I'm just passing it along to you. Again, this is a third-party source who has told me that they have inside information on this. I cannot verify this through Nintendo or through Private Division or through Obsidian because I don't know anybody at those places, but this is what I was told, and I just thought that I would share that with you. I think it's fantastic that we're getting a physical version. I think it's great that everybody at Virtuos is okay. And I think, you know what? At the end of the day, if we have to wait just a little bit longer for an awesome game to come out on the Switch, I think that that's perfectly fine. And there's really nothing bad with that story outside of the fact that, you know, they were impacted by the coronavirus and their offices were closed. All right. Moving on. Speaking of the coronavirus, there's an outbreak that is affecting the Nintendo Switch, Joy-Cons, and more in Japan. This, I guess, it's not affecting U.S. stuff, but it is affecting Japan stuff. So this comes to us from Silicon Era. It says, following an interview with the Japanese press, Nintendo has officially confirmed that there is a coronavirus outbreak in China, the coronavirus outbreak in China will impact shipments of its Nintendo Switch console and other products to Japan. They are delaying. This is an all Animal Crossing show, it seems like. They are now going to be delaying the Animal Crossing themed Nintendo Switch. The new date for pre-orders going live has not yet been determined, but that's the reason why. And you know what? Just be patient. You're going to get your cool stuff soon. But I hope everybody is okay. It's an awful thing. But I just, I got to let you guys know about that. All right. Platinum Games. You know who Platinum Games are. All right. They make Bayonetta. And Bayonetta has for a while been, Fisto in chat is asking, would the items be contaminated? I'm not a biologist, so I don't know. I have a degree in geology, not biology. But here's my thoughts on it. they put these things on a ship and then they sit on a ship for a long time. These things, they're not. When the Switch first launched, Nintendo had such a hard time meeting demand that they were flying stuff around the world to get stuff to where it needed to be in order to hit their shipments. That is not the case now. They've established the Switch as a successful platform. 52 million sold so far. And now they can just say, hey, everybody, you could just wait. So they're going to put them on a boat, and then they're going to take forever to come across. And if I were to guess, I would say if something were contaminated, I'm sure that whatever the virus is would be dead by the time it got all the way over here. Rest TV says it's only the carts that get a lick test. So yeah, they're not licking the Nintendo Switches. Anyway, again, not a biologist. I'm a geologist. So let's move on. Platinum Games wants to bring the complete Bayonetta series to other platforms. Other platforms? What? Bayonetta's always been on Nintendo. Well, yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Platinum Games wants to bring their games to PS4 and Steam. They're doing it with Wonderful 101. Nintendo said, go ahead. Because Nintendo actually owns the IP for Wonderful 101. Now, I think that it's great that Bayonetta may come to a wider audience. The original game, Bayonetta, was originally it was published by Sega, and it was on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It was later ported to the Wii U and the Switch, and then Nintendo provided funding and therefore owns some of the intellectual property. Bayonetta 3 is currently being developed for Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo is funding it, but Platinum Games, who are the ones who are developing it, would like to bring it to other platforms. Now, Nintendo has said, go ahead and do that with Wonderful 101. We will see if Bayonetta gets that same treatment from Nintendo. You know, if they say, you know what, go nuts, you know, bring it out there. And because here's the deal. It's not a Nintendo IP. Sure, Nintendo owns part of the IP, but it's not a Nintendo IP. So I think Nintendo will probably say yes, because they stand to make some money if it sells on other platforms. Will they do this with Mario or Zelda? No, they're never going to do this with Mario or Zelda. However, I think that they probably will allow Bayonetta to go because they can make some more money. I think that they're publishing this. So they can make a bunch more money if it sells to other people on other platforms. And I think that that's a good thing. I always, and I've said this a million times, I always think that it's great when people get to play the games that they want to play on the platforms that they want to play it on. I think that that's best for everyone. I do understand why Nintendo will have first-party games that are only on the Nintendo Switch. That makes sense to me. However, I don't like it when we have third-party games that are locked to a system because of legal deals, not because of technological hurdles or something like that. So in my opinion, it's in Nintendo's best interest, it's in Platinum Games' best interest, and it's probably it's in everyone's best interest for Bayonetta to come to other platforms. I think that that's great for everybody involved, except for me, because I don't care. I don't play Bayonetta games. Those just aren't my kind of game. Too much button mashy stuff. Res TV in chat, who, if you did not know, he is my co-host on StadiaCast. Make sure that you go and subscribe to that over at anchor.fm/StadiaCast, or wherever you are downloading this podcast, you can download it there. Or if you want to watch it over on YouTube, go to youtube.com/StadiaCast. But Res TV, as I was saying, he says, if Nintendo says no to ports of Bayonetta 3, there will never be a Platinum game on a Nintendo platform ever again, or a platform again. And I get what you're saying. I don't think that's true. And I don't think that's true because 52 million Nintendo Switches Platinum Games, like maybe they'll never be an exclusive again, but I don't think that they'll never bring a game out on a Nintendo platform again, because why say no to money? I don't think that you want to say no to money. All right. Before we get out of here, I wanted to tell you all about some deals that are going on right now. This is over on DekuDeals.com. And let me just move this over here. There we go. That makes it easier. So right now, lowest price ever. I want to tell you about a few games that I think are cool. First off, I don't know if Spyro Reignited Trilogy is cool or not, but it's 50% off. You can pick that game up for $20 right now. Thank you to the people in the Discord for letting me know about this. By the way, if you didn't know, our Discord, runjumpstomp.com/Discord, has a channel in there called Deals. And people will post deals in the Deals channel to let everybody else know about said deals. And then there's even a specific role that you can assign yourself in the Discord so that you get a notification if somebody types it in the right way. So if you get a particularly good deal and you want to let everybody know, you can figure it out in the Discord. I just wanted to let people know about that channel. All right, SteamWorld. People are saying that Spyro Reignited Trilogy is great. So there you go. SteamWorld Heist Ultimate Edition is 75% off. It's only $5. It's a really, really cool turn-based tactical game. Crypt of the Necrodancer. Okay, so the sequel is wonderful. I played the original a little bit, and it was really, really fun. I mean, the sequel is more of the same, but with Zelda mixed in. But the original Crypt of the Necrodancer, $4. That's 80% off right now. So there you go. Now, this one is probably the thing on here that I'm more excited about than anything else. SteamWorld Dig 2 is one of the best Metroidvania games I have ever played. I adore that game. It is so damn good. And you know it's real good because I finished it. That is $7.99 down from $20 as 60% off. Make sure that you pick that up if you're looking for a party game to play. Overcooked Special Edition and Overcooked 2 are both on sale right now. Overcooked 1 is $7 and Overcooked 2 is $14. Scrolling. Speaking of Metroidvanias, Dead Cells is kind of like a mix between a roguelike and a Metroidvania, and that is 30% off for $17.49 on the eShop. I have not played this on the Switch, but I have played it on PS4, and it's a really, really cool turn-based tactical game called Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. This is the deluxe edition, and that is $20 right now. That is more than half off. Just wanted to let people know about that. And scrolling and seeing if there's anything else. Oh, wow, this is actually pretty good. Look at this. Pokemon Shield is currently on sale for $10 off. So if you have not yet picked up Pokemon, now is your chance to get a little bit of a deal. And those are the deals on Friday. Maybe that's something I'll do more often from now on. If you guys want, on Fridays, I'm going to I can let you know about the deals if I can fit it in the show. Like if there's big news or something like that, I obviously won't be able to fit it in the show. But those are the good deals over on DekuDeals.com. And hopefully you find that information useful. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know if you want me to do that on a regular basis or not. All right. Let's get out of here. Become a part of the community with over 1,000 other people over at runjumpstomp.com/Discord. You can also watch the show live with not 1,000 people are there, but there's a lot of cool people here at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. And get a hold of me using the hashtag on Twitter, AskRJS. That's AskRJS. Let me know what you want me to talk about on our Saturday shows. This show is part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. Make sure you check out our other shows over at gstu.net. And the music you're hearing right now is Corneria, Star Fox remix by Noteblock. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.